Hi friends, Atascadero Mayor Heather Moreno here with a recap of our December 14th, 2021 City Council meeting. We had 3 public hearings. The first was to look at our CDBG, which is Community Development Block Grant funding allocation to the city. This comes from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And look at those funds for 2022 and preliminarily look at where we want to allocate those funds of the money that's allocated to us, which next year is estimated to be about $139,000. The funds can be used for largely for infrastructure. Some can be used for public services, and then 20% goes to administration. That's how much it takes to actually administer this grant. Most of that goes to the county, a small part to the city. And what we did in Tuesday night's meeting is for the public services piece, which is a very small portion, we gave a good chunk of that to, which in total was less than $21,000. We gave a chunk of that to youth scholarships, which is something the city puts together every year so that youth with families who are low income or very low income can apply for scholarships, if you will, to participate in activities. And so that's something that we tend to give to every year. ECHO, of course, is one we almost always give to, and so we gave money to them, and a small stipend to 5 Cities Homeless Coalition. Some of the council members felt that because they serve a very small handful of folks, but a few folks from Atascadero, they wanted to give a little bit in that direction. And then on the other side, the capital project side, we decided to put that money towards finishing the accessibility improvements at Santa Rosa Road. And so accessibility meaning, making it easier for people of, all abilities to be able to navigate that roadway. So basically on Santa Rosa between El Camino and the northbound 101 on-ramp, that sidewalk over there is a bit precarious. And so we will be able to finish that entire project now. So that will be good for a lot of folks who live in that area and need to traverse that to get to transit. Let's see, our second one was, we adopted an urgency ordinance as it relates to implementing Senate Bill 9. So Senate Bill 9 was signed into law this year by the governor, and unfortunately it goes right into effect January 1st. There's no time for cities to figure out how to put together their own ordinance in time, so a lot of cities are doing an urgency ordinance. So SB 9 basically says that any single family zoned lot within the urbanized area, and this is defined by the U.S. Census Bureau, is eligible to have an urban lot split, which means, basically they can come into the city and just ministerially with, really minimal oversight, get a lot split approved. And then on each lot, now one lot becomes 2 lots, they can build 2 dwelling units, what are called urbanized dwelling units. So just as a quick example, let's say you have a half an acre lot and you have a 1,500 square foot home on that lot. That if that property owner wants to take advantage of SB 9, can do a lot split, and it has to be close to 50-50, 40-60, like 40 is the minimum where you could put that into one lot. Like you can't carve off a 20%. So a fairly even split. Now, the lot where the 1,500 square foot home stands, that person could now also put in another 800 square foot home. And then on the other lot, they could put 2 more 800 square foot homes. So the intent of the bill is, obviously to increase housing. And what, cities are looking at is like, wow, the impact to neighborhoods, health, safety, those types of things. And that's what many of us are looking at, saying, hey, we need time to really consider how this is going, what these impacts are going to mean to the community and how we want to handle that. So our urgency ordinance has done some things like, think of our topography, and we've really had to look at, okay, if you've got an average of 30% slope or greater, like here's the things that we need to look at. If you're on septic, right now we're saying can't apply if you're on septic. We need to analyze where does it make sense, can it make sense, and still keep that system safe. We also need to look at things like, so many things in my head here. let's see, public sewer system, topography. Also, we want to be able to look at, how many, where somebody lives. If there's only kind of one way in and out in terms of emergency access, that is an issue. So you don't want to increase the number of homes somewhere by, threefold, and then you start to create significant safety issues. So those kind of things that we're looking at. And then the other thing, of course, is neighborhood compatibility. If you live in a neighborhood where, you bought a home and, all your neighbors, you have fairly similar sized lots and sized homes is typical. And then suddenly around you, people are lot splitting and putting 3 more homes. That can feel like, wait a minute, this isn't what we signed up for. But unfortunately, that's the way things are going. So we're looking at some design standards, and we put some in place initially to say, hey, this needs to look and fit in with the neighborhood. And so, whether it's having a porch, things like that, the minimum lot size or the minimum unit size under SB 9 is 800 square feet. And what we said for now is that's the maximum. Again, until we can fully assess at what point does it make sense to say you could have a larger one, depending on acreage, the neighborhood, all of that. We need time to look at that. So it's a big, it's just a big ball of complication, but we are working through it. We're working through it at the same time that we're finalizing our ADU, accessory dwelling unit ordinance. And so being able to come back with that in 6 months and look at both of those in concert will be really important, because homeowners who want to increase the units on their property, which again can be a very good thing, they will have a choice of whether to go the ADU route or the SB 9 route. You can't combine the two. So I know that's a lot to it's a lot to take in, and if you want to see a more full discussion, certainly go to the link that I've placed here for the meeting itself and take a look at that item, and I'll actually let you know what minute that starts at. And then finally, we annexed a property into the Community Facilities District, which is something that is, not an uncommon thing that we do. And that is it. That was our last meeting for the year. So just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to you all. And we'll look forward to seeing you, of course, in 2022. And in the meantime, shop local for the rest of your holiday gifts. Bye for now.